Hi, this is Mike from Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing Machine, and this is your new Singer 185J. And this is the final test before we pack her up to ship her out to you. And in this test, we're going to go over how to wind the bobbin, how to thread the machine, how to work the various controls. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Your bobbin is below the slide plate. There's a little button here you can push that lifts the bobbin to make it easier to get the bobbin out of the bobbin race. I'm going to pull off this little bit of thread that's here. Don't worry about making noise in the background. Not a problem.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, to wind the bobbin, put your spool on the spool pin, go into the big thread guide here at the top, down into this S-shaped thread guide from the back, then into the front, going up, and onto your bobbin. Just put the thread through one of the holes on the side of the bobbin, hold it with your finger, and put several wraps on the bobbin to hold the thread in place while you wind your bobbin. Now, with the thread going on over the top, slide the bobbin onto the bobbin winder and declutch your machine by turning the chrome knob in the center of the hand wheel towards you an eighth to a quarter of a turn until you feel it hit its stop. And that disengages the hand wheel so that the hand wheel can spin the bobbin winder without making the whole machine cycle. Then push the bobbin winder up against the hand wheel and we're ready to wind the bobbin. So give it a little gas, but not too much gas. Make sure you're still in your thread guide down here. And cut off that little tail. There we go. Making a nice even bobbin. That's plenty for a test. So with the thread coming off the top of the bobbin in this direction, drop the bobbin into the bobbin race and guide the thread into the little slanted slot in the side of the bobbin race. Pull it till it clicks into place. To thread the machine, put your spool on the spool pin, go into the big thread guide at the top there, between the discs of the tension assembly all the way around to the top, and then back down into the thin check spring here. And when you pull it, you'll notice the check spring moves. Go under the big thread guide next to the tension assembly, up to the take-up lever, and then through the take-up lever from right to left. Down into the thread guide on the faceplate, and to the other thread guide on the faceplate, down to the, let's see, is there one on the needle clamps? Oh, don't forget to reclutch your machine by tightening the chrome knob in the center of the hand wheel. Okay, no, there's not a thread guide on the needle clamp, so you just go through the needle from from the left to the right towards the inside of the machine. Now, holding that needle thread loosely, turn the handle wheel towards you, one full revolution. The needle will take the thread down where the hook will pick it up, wrap it around the bobbin, and bring up your lower thread. There it is, lower thread. Put your thread between the toes of the presser foot and towards the back of the machine, and we're ready to sew. So put your fabric under the presser foot, lower the presser foot using the lever on the back, and we'll set our stitch length, this is the stitch length knob, to about 12 stitches per inch, which is a good medium stitch for regular fabric. And there we go. Okay, that looks nice and even, well balanced between the top and the bottom. And now we're going to go for a little longer stitch length. And I'm going to go back to 12 here. And I'm going to sew forward. And then if you raise the stitch length adjuster all the way to the top, you're sewing in reverse. From the center line here, going up, your stitches get longer and longer and longer in reverse. So, reverse, forward, reverse, forward. This is your tension assembly here, and I have it set so 3 is your ballpark pressure for a regular thread, regular fabric. You may want a little more tension if you're sewing something heavy, a little less if you're sewing something delicate. But right around 3 is ballpark on this machine. This knob at the top is the pressure on your sewing foot. If it's not moving the fabric along nicely, you can screw it down half a turn or so to get a little more pressure, or you can back it off. You want just enough pressure to move your fabric along with authority. This is your light on the back here. I think that's it. Oh, don't forget to lift your bobbin winder up off the hand wheel too. That's about it. Always unplug your machine when you're done sewing for safety's sake. And we'll get her packed up and ready to ship out to you. Again, thank you so much, and we are Stagecoach Road Sewing. You can find us online at stagecoachroadsewing.com. We are on Stagecoach Road up in the Coast Range of Oregon, so we are stagecoachroadsewing.com. We'll see you there.
Yay!